Hey, welcome back to another video. Do you know? To live below your means is to never spend more than your total earnings. It is super important if you want to stay well in your finances. In this video, I will share with you how I live below my means with 6 super easy ways that you won't even notice the change. Living below your means doesn't require sacrificing what you enjoy. Instead, it prompts you to make better decisions about how, when, and where you spend your money. Thinking about the lifestyle changes you might have to make in order to live within your means may seem overwhelming, especially if you're juggling expenses like rent or a mortgage, a car loan, student loans, or credit card debt. Fortunately, there are ways you can still pay these bills on time while reaching your financial goals, and maybe even have some leftover cash to enjoy doing things you love. This video is for everyone, from low-income families to high earners, because I'll be sharing practical tips and strategies to help you save money and live below your means. Moreover, if you're new here, check out my other videos for more on saving, earning, and investing. Join our community by subscribing if you haven't already. Now grab your notepad and let's talk about living below your means and achieving financial stability. Let's jump into it. Number 1. Budgeting. Let me share my own experience with budgeting and how it's been a game changer for my financial situation. At first glance, it might seem a bit boring, but it's the secret to truly taking charge of your money and building a more secure financial future. So, what's budgeting all about for me? It's about having a clear picture of my monthly income and expenses. By keeping an eye on every dollar that comes in and goes out, I can better understand my spending habits and make smarter choices. One of the best parts about budgeting is that it helps me catch areas where I might be spending too much. For instance, if I realize I'm spending too much on eating out, I can adjust my habits and put that money towards what truly matters to me. Budgeting helps me focus on spending in ways that align with my values and enhance my life. To start budgeting, I've found that using tools like the Good Budget app makes a big difference. It helps me divide my money into different categories, keep track of my expenses, and set goals for saving. Give it a try. You'll be surprised at how much better your life can be when you get a handle on your budget. Number 2. Cutting back. Once I set up my budget, the next step is to pinpoint areas where I can cut back on expenses. For instance, like many others, I might have multiple subscriptions to streaming services, fitness apps, or magazines that I barely use. So, I take a closer look at what I truly use regularly and trim down the rest. While it's crucial to cut back on unnecessary expenses, I also make sure not to compromise on things that bring me joy. If grabbing my favorite coffee each morning is a small pleasure that sets my day off right, I keep it in my budget. The key is to identify and reduce expenses that aren't adding real value to my life. I also look for more budget-friendly alternatives for my regular purchases. For instance, instead of buying takeout for lunch every day, I try packing my own meal a few times a week. These small adjustments add up and help me save money without sacrificing too much. By making these subtle changes, I find a significant impact on my overall spending and can live below my means. It's all about striking the right balance between enjoying life and staying on top of my finances. Number 3. Wants vs needs. Living below my means meant clearly differentiating between essentials like housing, utilities, and food, and non-essentials like entertainment, hobbies, and luxury items. Needs are the must-haves in my life, such as housing, water, electricity, and food, things I simply can't do without. Wants, on the other hand, are more flexible and can be adjusted based on my financial situation. If I have a little extra money one month, I consider putting it into a sinking fund rather than immediately spending it. Sinking funds are a great way to save for wants in a responsible manner. While wants are important, saving for them in a sinking fund helps me plan for and achieve my financial goals. Whether it's a vacation, a special night out, or a new outfit for my birthday, saving gradually lets me spend guilt-free when the time comes. This approach helps me avoid the regret that often comes with impulse purchases. By setting aside funds specifically for something I want, I can enjoy it without any guilt. The key is to avoid going into debt for non-essentials. Number 4. Avoid debt. Avoiding debt plays an important role in my journey of living below my means. It keeps me from spending money I don't have and protects me from high-interest payments. For instance, when I want to buy a new phone, I avoid using credit to make the purchase. Using credit can mean paying a lot more in interest over time. I save up for a phone over several months. For example, Instead of buying a $1,000 phone on credit, I set aside $200 a month for 5 months until I have the full amount saved. This allows me to purchase the phone outright without falling into debt. To stay on track and avoid debt, I rely on budgeting platforms like Pocket Guard. This app helps me monitor my income and expenses, giving me a clear view of where my money is going each month. It also sets limits on discretionary spending, preventing me from using credit for things I can otherwise avoid. By saving up for larger purchases and using budgeting apps, I live within my means and keep my finances in check. This approach allows me to enjoy life's pleasures while maintaining a healthy financial future. Number 5. Comparison to others. In my experience, one of the most important lessons I learn about finances is not to compare myself to others. Everyone's situation is unique, with different incomes, expenses, and goals. So there's no point in trying to keep up with someone else's journey. It may take me a little longer to save up 5% of my income, and that's perfectly fine. What's important is working toward my own financial goals at my own pace. When I come across advice about saving, I remind myself that everyone's journey is different. For example, someone without children might have more disposable income than someone with a family, or someone might have been working longer or earning higher wages. So, instead of comparing myself to others, I focus on how these strategies can be tailored to my own life. Setting up sinking funds allows me to save for exciting expenses like vacations or a new car without falling into debt. It's a great way to enjoy these experiences without straining my budget. So, take it from me. You can navigate your own financial journey by tailoring strategies to your specific situation. Focus on what works best for you and stay consistent. Over time, you'll see the benefits of your efforts. Number 6. Free entertainment. Incorporating free entertainment into my life is a great way to live below my means while still enjoying life. With warmer weather, I embrace outdoor activities like picnics, bike rides, and hikes. I also explore free exhibitions at local art galleries, museums, and community events. Using platforms like Meetup helps me find local groups and events for various interests at little or no cost. Embracing free entertainment not only saves me money, but also helps me appreciate simple pleasures. Exploring what's available for free in my community has been a rewarding experience. It's a great way to enjoy life without overspending. Thank you for joining me on this journey to live below your means. I hope you found these tips helpful. Let me know in the comments what other financial topics you'd like me to cover. Remember, small changes can lead to big results. Take care till the next video. Goodbye.